Hello Aries, I am Ulrich, I am a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the Lenormand card reading with a triplet with 3 cards for the sign of Aries. But before we start, I want to wish you happy holidays. I hope you stay all in very good health and of course you have financial prosperity. Coming back to the card reading, as always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Aries for the month of December. And these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are immediately connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Aries, here we go for your Lenormand card reading for December. And I want to add, if you have questions, please post them in the comments below. And of course, I will answer to them as soon as I have time. So Aries, here we go for your Lenormand for the month of December. Hello Aries, and welcome to the shell or the water group for your Lenormand card reading. But as you can see, I have 9 cards here. This is your monthly 9-card portrait. If you want to I read the whole portrait for you, then you just check Aries, the water group, and there you can find the whole portrait. But we will do one specific line out of it. Of course, I need to introduce the card reading so it makes sense to you. The first card here that we see here is the anchor. The anchor is the card of stability. Probably if we are reaching for certain goals in our life, probably the answer will be yes, especially with the key next to it. This is a positive combination here. The anchor, it encourages us to follow what we are pursuing here, and probably there will be a positive result, especially with the key there. However, on our place where we are living, on our house, here the anchor says that actually we should stay. This is not a good time, the anchor tells us here, for moving places. We should stay put where we are now. If we are considering a move, we could do this later, but for now, it's not the right time here. We need to focus on probably on other things more in our life here. This is what we are seeing here. On the central card, we see the tower. This points in general that we are in quite good health. Excuse me. And probably also we are about to undertake certain business in our life. We have the crossroads here, and the crossroads point to decisions, possibly related to business, because the tower is about business or long-term decisions. I have the house there and the tower. So mostly this points to business. It could also point that you are working for a big firm, and this could point to the head office of the firm. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, there are some changes coming there, and you will make certain choices. Probably these choices are related here that you need to go more out, more in public. But for the living part, we should stay for now where we are till we are sure. Anyway, also we should have confidence here in how things will work here. We should trust here. Here we see that we need to be patient, especially with the anchor. These are 2 very slow cards here that we are seeing here. We must be patient, especially, and on the long run, this will be a very consistent combination that we are seeing here if we are disciplined. Then we're gonna read the actual line. I have chosen the first line for you. There we see the anchor and the key. The anchor and the key is that we want to rely more on ourselves. Maybe now we work somebody, but we are about to make plans for doing something for ourselves. But here, if this is the case for yourself, you should take your time. Here, the anchor tells us that it's not yet the right time. You should consider your options very clearly here. This points to self-reliance, resourcefulness, success, achievement, but especially with the house, we need to see if we want to start something new, that we have foundations. The house requires foundations. So if you have not sufficient foundations, you could end up in a situation where you don't like to be. Anyway, this tells us also that we don't need to doubt that probably where we are going for, it encourages here this combination. We are here about to establish foundation, especially with the key. The key opened actually all doors, and this is the key to our house. It's also possible if you have plans to work in your house, this changes the situation. If you have plans to doing something in your house, we don't move, we don't need to change, then this is a very good combination because you have here the key to self-reliance, to self-employment. This is what this is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, you will see how you go, that things will be sorted out here. This is what we are seeing here, but this is about creating more stability in our life here. This is important. Now, also we need to think. We need to think exactly where we going. Probably you are very independent and you don't need anybody else's approval for making these moves. You can do it yourself here with this combination. Anyway, here we see that there are plans for opening up, for settling down, for new routes here. We are focused here, or we are about to focus on certain goals in our life. And this is a very successful combination here, but you need to do it in a safe, slow way, in a steady pace here. This is what we are seeing here. It's important here that we are consistent. This is what we are seeing here, and we stay put where we are. Here we say, this says, the key says, yes, stay where you are. So this we need to do here with this combination, and this is for now. But if you work at home, it's very good here. There will be some, for you, there will come some liberations, because the key liberates us from certain routines that we had before, and we probably will go out of these routines. Then we have the key and the house. Here, if we work at home, this is a very successful combination for home management, for professional success at home. It opens doors, it opens opportunities that are stable. But we need to think on the long run. We cannot here think in a short pace. We need to think on the long run what is coming. The tower likes that you make plans, especially it's in the central card, so it needs to have a central place in your thinking. So you need to think on the long run, what am I gonna do here? You cannot hurry here. Sometimes Aries sometimes is a very innovative type, but sometimes also a little bit impulsive. Here we cannot be impulsive. We can be impulsive for the ideas, but for the working out, you need to work in slow pace, because this is a long-term process here. And if you work in a slow, secure, stable pace, this will give you a lot of prosperity, because you have the fish here at the end, but I will not go into it. But the fish is a very positive financial card. But we will focus on the upper line, as I promised here. Here we see also that maybe we change certain traditions, we change certain methods in our life here with this combination. It points also that our family life and our work is important for us. Maybe your work now, where you work now, the place is important for you. If not, it's possible that you need to go to the head office for working some things out, or the head office points you in certain directions that you need to follow. It's here like we need to follow a certain protocol. Sometimes the tower is protocols. This is what we are seeing here. And maybe you don't want, you want to out of the routine. But just for now, we need to stay where we are. Anyway, we will let certain traditions aside here. It's time for setting our own rules in our own house, in our own way. This is what we are seeing here. Here we see that we need to open up ourselves when we are sure we have enough structure and when things are safe. Safety here is the main of this reading here. And if we do here, we will have certain success. It's possible if we had a close connection with certain family members that also maybe they were close connected to us, and we release them from something. We break free from certain rules, regulations related to the family. Then we're gonna mirror the cards. We're gonna mirror the anchor and the house towards each other here. Here we see that we stay where we live. We are not moving here. We are advised to also remain in the home here and build on the foundation that we have. as I said, this is a very good combination for working at home. If you have solid foundations here, again, we see the same confirmation here. We will earth more. We will come more with our feet on the ground, and this is what we are seeing here all over this card reading here with these combinations that are made here. Anyway, we see here, if you make plans, these plans will give you security and stability on the long. Just what I said before, it's confirmed here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible that you want out of your current situation slowly and planned because you find there are or you think there are too much routines in your life. You don't feel challenged anymore. This is what we see here, but we need to do it, the changes, in a slow pace. So Aries, if you want the whole card reading, you just check Aries, the water group, and there you can find the whole reading also about your finances and exactly which turns you need to take or where you need to go, which choices are about to come to you, because important choices are about to come in your life related to directions and also related to money, because there are some things there also that need to be worked out. Anyway, if you want the whole reading, just check the channel. If you are interested in love card readings, you can find also the love card readings on my channel. And if you want specific personal philosophical card readings, you can find those also on my channel. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in the other videos. Thank you, Aries, and bye-bye for now. Hello Aries, and welcome to the air group for your triplet. But as you can see here, I have your 9-card portrait. This is your 9-card portrait that I do for you each month, and I will read one line out of it. I have chosen the middle line, but of course I need to introduce the card reading so it makes sense. As the first card here, we see the person card. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, it's the person there, and the person is about to enter something very positive in its life, because we have the sun next to it, especially regards to stability. We are on the right track. But I will stick to my line here. Here I will start first with giving more information about the central card, because the central card is important here. It plays a central role here, and we see here with this card on the central place here that we, in a way, we are guided. We are guided on our journey here with the ship here, and also we need to have a certain patience here that we are seeing here. Sometimes patience is a little bit difficult for Aries because it's a sign that takes initiative. It's a sign that looks towards the future, to the horizon. But here also with the anchor, we are urged to keep the situation calm. Let us guide here in certain situation. We need to become more aware exactly where we are going. We need to understand certain depths inside ourselves, and we need to trust our intuitions, our gut feeling. This is very important here, because sometimes Aries can have very good intuitions and gut feelings. Other signs don't have this like Aries does. It's because Aries is the child of the astrological belt, and he's sometimes he can feel things coming, especially new things coming, and you cannot explain, but you know this is the right way to go, and you should trust on this here with this combination. If you feel that you don't have enough experience in the matter, you could ask, or you should ask for somebody for getting certain objective insights. Maybe you can inform with somebody around you if you want to do, or if you want to go in certain business ventures, because we see some business ventures coming here, so we don't come in difficult situation. Especially with the cross, we need some guidance here. We cannot storm into a situation without that we actually know everything, especially if you are going into business transactions with abroad, business transactions with money, with important documents. This is what we are seeing here. So we need to focus on our thought here, seize what's coming, and ask for advice here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, certain responsibilities with the cross and the anchor will come to you. You will probably have some pressure on you, because these are two heavy cards, for making certain decisions. You will keep certain things in your life, and you will let go of certain things that no longer fit you. You will need to make important decisions, probably also important decisions related to your personality. This is because this is the personality. This is where we want to shine. This is where we want to be. And here the destiny is going in another way for business or for long distance. Anyway, here the responsibilities that will be put on upon us, and with the cross sometimes we have no choice. The responsibilities are there, but you will accept them or you will let them go. There is a choice here for you, but the responsibilities will come to you. This is what we are seeing here, and we need to sail with the ship in a certain new direction. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that some principles you will keep, and some principles that you held high before, you let them go. This is what we are seeing here. This is about personal development here. We are willing to learn. And here with the sun, personal development is very important, because here we see that we want to shine. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. We need to decide here what we take with us and what we let go. Then we're going to go in the reading itself. I've chosen the second line. We have the letter here and the cross. Here we see that important news is coming to us. The letter is not an email. It's an important document. For instance, I'm giving an example, like something that we can translate in money, meaning a bond, a degree. With a degree, we can find a job. So it gives us money. This is what we are seeing here. And an important document related to business, related to trading, related to something in abroad is coming to us. Sometimes this literally points to immigration documents, travel documents, tickets here, and it's destined to be, it's the path that we need to go. You will see it comes to you, this business, this trading, these documents, they will come to you. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Sometimes also, but it will not apply on everybody. This combination also points that we are receiving an arbitrary from a person, and that this could be like a morning message that comes to you. But this is a different angle, but it's possible that some painful news is coming to you, but it's destined to be, maybe it's the time for the person to pass over here. This is what we are seeing with this combination. Anyway, regarding communication with business or trade, we will see this is a regular combination that we are having here. This combination is stable, and in general, the cross is serious. The people where we are about to go in business in are serious. It doesn't mean that you don't need to inquire, because you should here. And the communication could be hard. Maybe there's a language barrier you need to cross. This is what we are seeing here also. But you will feel pressure to take this direction. This is what we are seeing here. There are maybe certain rules that you need to communicate about, or ideologies here, but there is pressure, duties. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, if this is about a morning message, you will express to other people that you are in pain. Here we see also that probably related to business, you're actually waiting for this message. There are two ways. Here we see that you probably are already waiting long time for this message. That's what I'm assuming here. So I'm thinking here you wait already for this message, and now it's finally arriving. If it's not yet arrived, it could take a while before it arrives. If you are traveling, this points also sometimes that we explore our religion, our faith, our spirituality as we move to foreign countries. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, this trip here with the cross and the ship here with these two cards here, this is a destined trip here. It's destined to be here. We should go for it here. But we should see also, if we travel, because this is important now, that we have all the right documents, because now immigration rules tend to change all the time. So see before you travel, you have the right documents, that you are sure if you travel there that you are not detained there at the border because you don't, or you're missing certain documents. So inquire yourself in embassies if you travel, because mostly it's a hustle now, especially if we take certain trips with the plane here, because this is a long distance travel here that you are about to take. Anyway, we will discover also certain things. Coming back to the first, I want to add here, sometimes also I told you here the message from suffering, but in another way, sometimes this points also to that we can receive certain testaments or certain wills. A person informs us from the last will. This is what we are seeing here. As I said here, these are important documents that we are receiving that you can relate to money. Anyway, if you go there in abroad, it's not only for business, it might not only be for business, but it's possible that you check out spiritual traditions that are not yours. Here, this is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also, if we travel, see that you have additional cash, because it's possible that you are confronted there with additional costs that you did not foresee. So calculate your budget and add a certain percentage, for instance, 10–15%, because possibly there are some unexpected expenses here coming to you. This is here also, this doesn't mean it's negative, but sometimes we are confronted with certain things that we did not foresee, and this is possible here with this combination. There's nothing especially negative about it. Anyway, here it points also to pilgrimage here. There could possibly be some delays, especially if you don't have the right documents, but maybe the journey in itself, it goes slow. It's a slow journey. This is because the cross and the anchor, it's like we are not in a hurry here. This is possible also that you are not in a hurry when you are traveling here. Sometimes also this points that we are leaving, if we take the decision later on, that we're leaving for a very long time. For some people, it's forever. So here, that's why that's important here that you have all the right things here. It's like you're going here where fate leads you. It's like you're exploring a certain quest here, and you embrace foreign ideologies here. This is what we are seeing here, and you will take a lot of responsibility. You will do this travel in a very responsible way, because the cross brings us with responsible. You will be very responsible which acts that you are about to undertake. You will be very aware of it. If not, you should be, especially with the sun here, you should be. But it's a very positive combination, but it makes us aware of certain things, certain steps here that we are about to take. But with the sun in general, it's positive. And then we're gonna mirror the cards. We're gonna mirror the letter and the ship. We're gonna mirror them towards each other. Here we see that we receive news, important news from abroad about business, about travel. Here also about a certain hope. Excuse me, about certain hopes, aspirations that we are having here. It's possible also here that you initiate, or that you are about to initiate, a business project, or a business project. You are about to get engaged in it. There are commercial documents here that are coming to you, and it's destined to be here. There's a message here, an important message here that comes from overseas here. Sometimes also, as I said, this points to a visa that you are traveling here. Anyway, it's possible that you communicate a lot with a person that is abroad, but maybe you're already acquainted with this person from before. This is possible also, or you already have a longer time contract here. It's possible also, but I'm not going to go into much details, that you are planning to settle down in abroad. But I mentioned this already, that this could be a leaving for a very long time, or possibly forever. But you will see here in the whole card reading, if I do the whole portrait, there I've explained everything. But it's possible that you consider a house in abroad for staying for a long time. Anyway, here we see that that we are thinking about in settling down in abroad also. Anyway, this is also the booking of a ticket. Anyway, Aries, if you want more information, just check the card reading for the air group, the monthly card reading that I do for you. It takes more time, but there everything is explained from your situation in detail. If you want specific financial card readings, you can find those also on my channel. These are also available. They're more like us. It's more like a philosophical approach, but you can find everything on my channel there if you are interested. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in the other videos. Thank you, Aries, and see you soon. Hello, Aries, and welcome to the stone or the earth group for your card reading for your triplet. As you can see here, I have 9 cards. This is your 9-card portrait that I do each month for you. We will take a line out of that, and I will go in details about that line. And I will, of course, connect certain dots. And of course, we need to introduce the card reading. The first card, this is the card on your person, is the bear. The bear is a very strong card. It's the card of teachers, management, people in charge, people who organize things. This is what we are seeing here. And the things around the bear are expanding. So here we see the bear here. Also, we need to be supportive. If we are not supportive to others, we should be. Here we see that people, if we are in a management position, a leader position, a teacher position, here we see that the people are already following us here. So we need to be aware, and also we need to be supportive, not only giving them or pressuring up sometimes our ideas, but we need to be aware that they are already following. This is very important, that you realize that the people are already following you here. Anyway, we need to see that we develop qualities in others. We need to support them. We are already in charge. And especially here with this combination, don't overimpose yourself, because here it's not only overimposing, but you have a lot of energy here. So if you're gonna overimpose it, you're gonna get the reversed effect, because people are gonna get stressed. They are going to have confused emotions, and they are not going to able to function anymore. So here you need to balance it out. It's best here to keep the situation friendly and balance your emotions here. It's very important that you do so. If you do so, you will have very positive results. If you over push it, you will have the negative effect here with this combination. Anyway, here we see to a person in charge, as I said, and the people here following you. Then in the central card, we have the birds. Here we see that we are very communicative here. Also, we move around a lot with communication that we are doing here. The communication that we are doing is very forward. Aries can sometimes be very forward. And here we see the rider is riding forward. Here we see very forward communication about management skill, about teaching others, about controlling others. This is what we are seeing here. Also, sometimes here we need to be a little, if you are not active for certain projects and you have a feeling about certain projects, you need to be proactive. Start before they start here, but you will know what I mean when it's the time. Anyway, here we see that there's a lot of social communication with people around us, because the garden is the people, the larger public that we are seeing here. Anyway, here we cannot also overreact. Sometimes with the moon, we can be over emotional and overreact. So we need to see that the moon is a very nice and soft card. So if you use the positive side of the moon, the people will really appreciate the way you communicate. If you are overdoing it, you will come in the dark side of the moon, and you don't want to be there. You want to stay in the positive side of the moon. Anyway, we cannot overreact here, because it will create great tensions here that are negative for you and for your numbers or your shivers or your results. Here, this is what we are seeing with this combination. Anyway, sometimes also it could mean that we are organizing a trip not too far. If we are, for instance, a teacher, it could mean that we organize a day out with the whole group. If we are a manager, we could go somewhere with the whole group, with the people. This is what we are seeing here. And of course, you will ask their opinion there with the moon. Then we're going to do the actual line. We have the moon. I've chosen the middle line, the moon, the birds, and the house. The moon and the birds here is that we have a lot of emotion. The moon is a lot of hormones that we are seeing here also, but also a lot of emotions. The moon is ebb and flood. It has a lot of strength. So the moon, it brings the ebbs and the floods. So you understand this planet has a lot of attraction. And here we see that we need to control our emotions here, because we might be very emotional. It's possible sometimes that because we are in a leading position and we have a lot of stress, we overdo it here, and we project the stress in other people here. This is what we are seeing here. It could make us, sometimes it makes us a little bit unstable, but if you guide it in a positive way, you will have very positive results here. Here it's like if you guide the people in the right way, it's like you're really it has a therapeutic effect on them here. This is the positive side here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, there will be a lot of communication about the work, because the moon is the work. It's our creativity, our workplace, the way our mind works. People are following your thoughts, especially on the work front here. This is what we are seeing. And also, if you are open to them, you will get a lot of new ideas, because the birds have ideas. So if you allow your people, or the people who are close to you, or you work with, or your students, if you allow here, you will get a lot of new ideas here. You need to be open-minded here with this combination, but sometimes it can make us a little bit stressed, but in general, it's a very successful combination if we apply it in the right ways. Anyway, you could also feel a little bit restless here with this combination. Sometimes we don't sleep too well. It's possible also that we have noisy neighbors with this combination. Sometimes the neighbors are very quiet, but maybe when they are at home, they are very noisy. Maybe it works on your nerves, that system also, and it makes you a little bit stressed here. Maybe you go to them and you tell to them, can it not go a little bit more quiet here? This is what we are seeing here with this combination here. Then we have here we see also with this combination, sometimes if we work in our work, we have like intuitive feelings. It's like we sense what is coming. For some people, this might be a little bit scary, but you should trust your feelings, because this is very good for business. It's like you feel something coming in the future. Others don't have this sense. It's something that Aries has. He can sense it in the future for what is coming here. And this is a very good combination for that. If you do business, you need to trust your gut feeling here. It's like you have an intuition, a gut feeling here for business, for what is coming related to your work or your profession. This is very good. Then we have the birds and the house. Here we see that a certain announcement is made to us. Maybe this is from your work here, or you announce something yourself in the place where you are living. Or if you rent a certain place, something is announced to you. This is what we are seeing here. This announcement that you are getting, it could make you a little bit tensed here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also it's points that we are very busy in our work and that our house is not so organized. It's like we have a disorganized home here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible also that we try to organize ourselves, but due to circumstances, it's like our agenda is always mixed up. We always need to adjust. The moon is up and off, the birds are nervous, and it could create a certain chaos in our life. It's like it's difficult here to get a certain ordered structure in our life here on the work front, or in the home environment where we are living here. It's possible also that you experience that your neighbors here are very noisy, I already mentioned, but also curious, that you're curious what you are doing here with this combination here. This is what we are seeing here. On the work front, in a negative way, this could point to very good things, but sometimes also it means there is gossip. So you need to control this gossip here, because it could bring people, if this is not controlled, it could bring problems for all, for the whole group. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, we are communicating in a very emotional way here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes our body is very stressed. It also points that a part of our business is related to social media. So we rely on social media also, and we should follow, as I said, our gut feeling. This is very important here. Sometimes also this points to, because we have a lot of moving cards here, a mobile business, something that we initiate to move around. We negotiate, we communicate, we talk about business in the home or on the work here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, what we see here also, that we want to be our home as a safe place. We like to be at home here, and maybe because of the noise that is in our surroundings or in our workplace, it's like the structure here is a little bit off. Anyway, it points also that after business hour, we have a strong need for privacy here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's possible some things in your home environment, if it's not the neighbor, the environment, it's possible that some people in your surroundings are causing you certain stresses here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, we are very observative what is happening around our house, or we are very secure in our house. We see that everything is locked. Maybe we have a dog that guarding the house here. We are very paying attention here to our home environment here. This is what we are seeing here. It's like we are not feeling safe here for certain reasons, but the moon sometimes it gives fears that are not grounded. It could be a fear inside yourself, but it might necessarily be grounded. It doesn't mean that we don't need to lock the doors if we go out. Of course, that's not what I'm saying here. Then we have the moon and the house. We're going to mirror the cards here towards each other. Here we see that we invite people to our home, or we ourselves are getting invited. It's possible that you are invited in your parents' home, you invite them in your home, or you have invitations from the work. This is possible. Also, something is organized on the work front. This is what we are seeing here. It's like a gathering here on the work or in somebody's home, or we invite people in our home. If you're more in the spiritual side of life, this sometimes also it points to seances. People bring their thoughts together here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. If we would not be able for going home for some reason, sometimes also it means, for instance, if we are in abroad, it could point also to some homesickness, but this could be if you are in abroad here with this combination. It's also here we see here that the way we were raised, it has a very big influence on us here. The moon has a very strong influence on our person here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Anyway, Aries, for the stone group, this is all. If you want the whole card reading, because there are some changes coming up here with a woman here also, or a man in your life. I want to mention before we end this card reading that if you have the fox in card readings, it means that if you're in a relationship, one of both parties is half-hearted in the relationship here, and there are some changes about to come. But if you want to see the whole card reading, so especially related to your relations here, you just check the whole card reading for the stone group. But I have decided here to only do the short line, but there are some things here that are not correct here in the relationship. Anyway, this is all Aries for the stone group. I want to thank you for your time. If you are interested in specific financial philosophical card readings, you can find those on my channel. If you want a love card reading, you can find those also on my channel. So just check the channel for Aries for the stone group. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you, Aries. Bye-bye. Hello Aries, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your triplet. But as you can see, I have 9 cards here. This is your monthly 9-card portrait that I'm doing here. But I will extract 3 cards out of it for this card reading. But of course, I need to introduce the card reading. If you want to see the whole card reading, just check on my channel for the fire group for Aries. And there you can see that I explain the whole 9 cards, but here I will stick to one line, but of course I need to introduce the card readings so it makes sense. As the first card here, we see the stork. The stork is the bird of changes, big changes. We need to, here we see we are about to get involved in something. Maybe it's related to relationships, contracts, agreements. There could be some delays regarding to that here also. Here with the stork here, sometimes it's that we are about to, on the work front or on engagements that we have, business engagements here or relationship, it's like we cannot fully unleash our potential. It's like we have a certain doubt here. This is what we are seeing here. Possibly we have big dreams, big hopes, big aspirations, but it's like something here with the ring. The ring is round, and sometimes it means if we have an agreement on our work, it's like things are coming and going and they are delayed. sometimes the mice is delayed, and we need to focus on certain details. If we want a contract, an agreement, an arrangement here, we need to focus on the details for working it out. If you focus on the details, the delays will go away and you will be able to move and proceed in new things here. Anyway, also, if we have worked out the problem, we should take off the lid off and go for it, move in the new direction that we are going to here. We get more space for breathing here, and it's possible that we need more room actually for moving around. We need more elbow room here. Maybe we want to enter something new. As the central card here, we have the garden here. Again, we see that we need a lot of freedom, place to breathe here. Sometimes Aries, he don't like to be locked down, and here we see that we need freedom here. Also important now that, because it's the central card here in the reading, that probably we have some meetings that are very important to us personally here. In general, this means positivity, but we have the mice there, so there might be some delays. And as I said here, you need to work out the details here, because the mice can influence in a negative way. They are not very strong, these cards, not compared to the last card that we have here, the stars, because the stars are more stronger. But here we see that we need to focus on details. It's very important that you do. Then we gonna do the actual line that I have chosen. The last line here, we have the crossroads, the clouds, and the stars. Also with the clouds, it points to a certain focus. We need to check out what is wrong, and then we need to focus here. Sometimes with the clouds, our ideas could be confused. The crossroads in itself, it points that we are coming literally at a crossroads. We will need to make certain choices, certain decisions. The choices are put in front of it. It could sometimes be complicated choices, especially with the clouds. It's like we cannot see the star. Like for instance, if we follow the guiding star, this is like a GPS system, and we know what to follow. But it's like the GPS, it's not clear where we need to go here. We cannot follow our star because the clouds are covering the whole thing up, and we are not sure what kind of decisions to take. Also on the relationship front, I see here a lot of coming back and going. It's like certain people, no matter if you're a man or a woman, that a woman or man are always coming back related to relationship. Here, woman or man are always coming back and going into our life. It could be some emotional things that we are experiencing here. And for some reason, these people are always coming back and going here. This is what we are seeing here, because this is the migrating bird. So it means he goes for a certain period, he comes back. The moon has a circle, and this is the emotions there. Emotions coming back, emotions are going. The ring is also round, coming back, and here then we are imposed with choices. So here you see it's a confusing situation that you are confronted with here. But we will need to make decisions. Even it's like we are need to driving the car here or our bicycle or our motorcycle in the fog. We are not sure where we need to go because the road is very clouded here. So we need to think. The only solution here is think for it for a while. Maybe we can inquire, or we can ask some friends or some people, or we talk in certain groups or communities, and this could make the new beginning or the choice more easy, because here we see the new beginning. But with the garden in the middle, we need to talk here. These are the people. We need to talk with certain groups, and the answer could be there. And then you could move yourself again in this new projects that you are about yourself to engage. So this could be solution, this could be the answer. So you need to reflect and think about this here, especially with the thinking card here in the middle here. It's possible that we need to make the choice, but we don't know exactly how here, what we need to decide. But if we talk to people, it could become more clear to us, and we could work out this confusing plan, this confusing situation that we are in here, because we have difficulties here with this combination. I know what to decide. It's like we're indecisive, hesitant. We have a lot of alternatives. That comes also with this points that you have many choices, and the choice is already difficult, and then additional to it, you have many. So it's a very ambiguous situation here. It's like you're literally in the gray zone here with this combination. You don't know where to go. It's not really black and white here. Then we have the clouds and the stars. We have, of course, hopes that that we end up in the positive way here. And here we see we need to have trust in the good outcome. We must have faith here. This is what we are seeing here. Some people with this combination, they will meditate, or will they will have faith in their religion, whatever it may be, whatever spirituality, it doesn't matter. And they call on their faith for finding guidance here. We need to find our star. Here, this is what we are seeing, whatever your star is, but it's like you want to find them here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, here, eventually, the decision will be positive because it's the last line, but I will not go into much details. I told you I focused here. Eventually, the decision will be positive, but you need to focus on the details because else you will have delays. So here, we see that we don't truly know what we want. We are confused. We see this here again. Sometimes also it's possible that because we have so much options, so much confusion, that we cannot get our feet back on the ground. It's like we are literally in the stars here, and we are flying. Our thoughts are flying everywhere with the stork there. Our thoughts are coming and going, and it's a confusing situation here that we are having here. Then we have the crossroads and the stars here. We mirror the cards here to each other, towards each other. And here we see after these delays, if after we work the problem out here, we see that our hopes and our wishes are materializes. So eventually we are able to make the certain choices here that we need to make. As I said here, maybe the solution is in talking to people, groups that you are connected with here. You need to be open-minded to connect to some people who have different perspectives. Sometimes the answer with the child is simple. The child is simple, and the solution for your problem could actually be quite simple. It's small things that need to be worked out, and you will be able to move forward. This is what we are seeing here, and you will see that you get a positive result here out of it, that you go in the desired direction. This is what we are seeing here. And also the choice will have meaning for you, for your person. You will think to yourself, okay, I have made the right choice now. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. And also you yourself, because of this situation is so confusing, you will be confused and you will think to yourself, how did I make this decision? Because it's like I didn't know what I was doing. You will be like in awe for yourself that you made the right decision. It might seem an unrealistic decision, but it will be the right one. This is what we are seeing here. So Aries, if you want the whole card reading, you just check Aries, the fire group, and there you can find the whole card reading, because there are some changes here, big changes for the relationship also coming up here. But for that, you see the love card reading. Also regarding to the work, you have a lot of new beginnings here coming. But if you want to see your work situation, just check the whole card reading, and there I go into details, and then you can see everything for the whole month. Of course, it takes more time because I need to explain how the dots are connected. Anyway, Aries, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you for your time, Aries, and bye-bye for now.